Hey guys, so in this video, I'll be talking about the simple identifying of trends and trend lines, uptrend and downtrend. I'll talk a little bit about range-bound markets, then I'll follow this video into trend lines, which is essential for anybody that's beginning to find their way in the markets. So when it comes to identifying the trend, now if you're opening your first chart, and by the way, all of this, after explaining on the board, I'm gonna go to my computer and I'm gonna break it down and show you as many examples as I can, so don't worry. I just found it easier to explain it on a whiteboard first to people, because people often get very confused and you know, it's easier to actually see it being drawn and then on the computer. So when you're opening that chart, let's do GBP USD for example. I always suggest looking at a daily to a 4-hour time frame. That's when you first kind of basically be able to figure out, all right, I'll be swinging to the upside or the downside. Now, in an uptrend, what we're trying to look for is HH, higher highs and higher lows, HL. So if you look over here, let's say the market, it's just basically trying to figure out what to do for today, then the market starts to swing to the upside. See these swings right here? These are our higher highs and higher lows. So this is our first, this could be considered a higher high. So let's put it there, higher high. Market came down a little bit, higher low. Then it actually made another higher high past this one. It always has to go past it. Higher high there. Guess what comes next? Higher low. Higher high, higher low. And it's actually that simple, guys. And then so here's another one, higher high, and there's the higher low. So for many people that you know, forget about this, I always sometimes suggest getting your little tool, which I'll show you the computers, and writing it down. So you're spotting the higher highs, higher lows. Now sometimes it won't look as perfect as this, which I'll show you on the charts as well, but just understanding, okay, you see the swing points in the markets. Now, the last higher high was here. So this would have been a good uptrend. Now this uptrend, depending on the time frame, could have been an entire week. It could be a month, we don't know. But to identify it, for anybody that's starting off, there's that famous saying, trade with the trend, or trend is your friend. What they're referring to is, if you see the higher highs happening, then why not trade to the upside? So here, you know, by finding any opportunity, most likely because you're placing a trade long, you hopefully get to catch the swing to the upside. Easier said than done, but that's what it basically means. So here, you've got a higher high. Now over here, it tried to break past it and continue to go up, but it didn't. So it fell short a little bit, then it fell short again. And now guess what? For the downtrend, you have HL and LL. HL is lower high. LL is lower low. So where did that first begin? Well, what you could do is consider this small one. It could potentially be a nice lower low. Here is a lower high. Next, lower low, lower high. And the same thing's gonna happen back down to the downside. There's your lower lows, there's your lower highs. Lower low, lower high, and there's the last lower low. So now this time it's the opposite way around. If you're in a short position or you're selling the market, you could obviously basically try to find an entry anywhere here, and as long as you're following the trend to the downside, the price would have obviously fell down quite significantly. So you'd have caught a good downtrend move. And so the market, that's it. You got a nice uptrend, you got a nice downtrend, and here is how to identify the trends. And for anybody that's beginning, I always say, try and draw them onto your charts and take a while understanding this. This sometimes can be easy, but it was one of the easiest things to forget about or not think is very important. And then before you know it, you don't even know which direction the market's going in. Now, the third way the market can move is your range bound. Now, all that basically means is the price, as you can see here, tried to go up, came down, went up, didn't really surpass this at all. And this didn't really surpass this at all. So what I would say here is the lower lows and lower highs are the same. So the higher highs, the lower lows, all the same. So there you go. By identifying that, we're now in a range-bound market. So again, there is no lower lows, there's no lower highs, there's no swinging. It's basically just going sideways. And people often ask which one is the favorite to try and trade. Catching uptrend, catching an amazing downtrend, or range-bound. And I always say it's based on your personality again. And I always say that because if you have a lot of patience, you potentially could enter there, and you might be able to hold this thing for 5 days, 10 days, 2 weeks. But a lot of people sometimes don't have that much patience, but it'll be amazing if you did to basically enter a trade and just walk away and catch that massive move. Or to the downside, similar thing. But here, sometimes, well, the good thing here is, let's say for example, you found your entry here, well, you've actually got a target because you're seeing, and here could be entry, here could be a target if you're trading between this range. Whereas over here, you don't know if it's gonna go up here. You don't know if it's gonna go down here. So you're kind of just placing a trade, hoping for the overall move. Here, you've got a little bit more distinction between where you think it's gonna go target and entry wise. But often, what's gonna happen is, it's gonna go back into a range bound market, and then before you know it, it's broken out again. So we're often between uptrend, downtrend, and range bound. Again, a good time frame to spot this is daily, 4 hour, potentially maybe even a 2 hour, if you really want to go down even more. And this is kind of the overall skeleton of what you must understand about direction movement before, again, placing that first ever trade. So there's a little bit about identifying trends and range bound. And I'm going to hop into trend lines quickly because trend lines are found from our higher highs and higher lows.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? So for anybody that's completely new, I might do another video about TradingView, explain in detail. For anybody that doesn't know, you simply go onto tradingview.com, and you're more or less going to sign up with an account. And yeah, you're basically going to log on through here and view some of your charts. Now, once you're on your chart, now many of you might already be on using this platform. You guys might have loads of lines drawn on. What I'm going to do for my videos is explain it dead simple. So what I've done is I've removed all the stuff at the bottom. So if you guys have anything in the bottom, you click it, you right click, you delete it. You delete all the alerts. You don't need nothing like that. Even these moving averages, do not worry about these lines. I might even just get rid of them for now, just to keep it dead simple. And for anybody that doesn't know, all I've done is I've clicked on the back. Right clicked it, settings, and you can basically do it however you would like. I normally have my background gray, and then look symbols, and then borders a little bit dark, or wicks a little bit dark, and yeah, so you guys can take a screenshot and kind of have some of the similar stuff that I've got here. But again, it's the simplistic video for anybody that's new. If you guys see all the technical analysis drawn on, don't worry, I'm going to take it one step at a time. So right now, I'm going to be explaining a little bit about finding the trends in the market, which I think is very important to firstly begin. So up here, you have the different time zones. So you have obviously your monthly, weekly, day, you have all of the time frames. So what I've done at the top is I've just basically put star on the weeklies. You can also put the monthlies. Sometimes my charts always go missing. So monthlies. So now I'm viewing GBP AUD, which is the currency pair up here. I'm viewing GBP AUD on the monthly time frame, which means each one of these represents 1 month in price action. And you have the calendar along the bottom here, the dates on it. Each candlestick now represents a week. Each candlestick now represents a day. And you guys get the idea. And you can go as low as you want, and you're going to see much more price action. You know, if you go to the 1 minute time frame, it's going to be certainly showing you a lot of action. So see how my charts got stuck there? If any of that happens, you just pinch this and it gets released again. We always want to be viewing the charts like this, so we can actually see the full representation of that candlestick. One of the biggest problems I see is people view it like this, and they don't really see anything that's happening. So always stretch your charts out and always make sure you can see the candlesticks in nice detail. So where do we begin? So let's go to the monthly time frame. So the monthly, we're going to try and figure out where is it, like where is the price going. So as we can see here, it's kind of shooting towards the upside right now. And all I can see here is the price is now moving to the upside. So remember I told you, like, just you can see the direction. So this direction is going up. But if we go into a weekly, there you go. Remember I mentioned the higher highs and higher lows? What a great example this is. So I'm going to get my little tool right here, ellipse tool. And look, there is a higher high. You can clone this as well from here. So clone. There is your higher low. Clone it again. Boom. Higher. Move this over here. Higher high. Clone it again. Higher low. And you guys get the idea. And as you can see, the market is forming these higher highs and higher lows for some significant time. And that makes our job a lot easier when it comes to predicting where the price will go next. So I'm going to draw one last one on, just so you guys get the idea. So remember, when the price is going up in price, this is called higher high. And I'll make that a little bit smaller for you guys. Actually, no, I'll keep it here for now. Right, higher high. There you go. Let's move that down to maybe 14. Cool. So we've got a higher high there. And then if we want to draw another one, just go into our writing tool here. I would go and click on higher low. That's it. For anybody that is like completely lost, just take a screenshot of this right now. And this is how we go about finding our direction in the market. So now we have a nice uptrend. And what we could even do, which I love to do, is always count how long we're in an uptrend for. And honestly, back before all of this technology of TradingView, it was a lot harder with using MetaTrader and all that stuff. But here, you can actually just go on here and click on date range. So you can see from here all the way to this period, it's basically for 1,162 days been in uptrend, guys. That's a long time. So you can see that would have been in our favor, whatever trades we might have been placed to try and predict more buying opportunities, because overall the momentum's going to go up. So this is viewing it on a weekly, finding those trends, higher highs and higher lows. And we can do, you can want to do a daily time frame. And let's just zoom back, sorry, there's a lot, there you go. And there, and you can see the higher highs and higher lows in a little bit more detail. As you can see, this is a new higher high from that. This is a new higher high from that. This is a new higher low from that. Higher low from this. And sometimes it's never going to be perfect. So as you can see there, I'll still count that, I'll still count that, and still count that. And then you can see the bigger swings happening as well. So all we're trying to do is determine which trend we are in. And this, of course, is a nice uptrend. Now, I'll just use the same pair and try and find a downtrend for you guys. 1 second. Let's go back up to a nice weekly. So there is your downtrend. Nice and easy. So in this area is consolidating for a little bit, not really going anywhere, and then boom. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then you can see prices going to the downside now. And that's our pretty much, you know, a majority of our job to begin with is to figure out what kind of market are we in. Are we in a bullish market, which means the price, which means the price is going up? Are we in a bearish market? So that could be your first lower high. Let's just do a lower low there. And then so the price came back up. And there is a new lower high. And then the price would have made a new lower low again. And that is how we determine a downtrend. Nice and simple. Like I said, keep it dead simple for anybody that's maybe viewing this for the first time. And we're going to get a lot more advanced as time goes on. But lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. After that, it did not form any more lower highs, or sorry, any more lower lows. So then the price obviously then made it an uptrend. And as you can see, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And that's how the market has just basically completely changed direction. So, you know, let's try and draw a nice little line of pretty much when it changed direction. So, you know, let's just draw a normal trend line. So like, let's just separate the price. In this point here, we had a nice downtrend. And then the price from here failed to continue to push to the downside. And what we had was a new higher high form, higher low, higher high, higher low. And once you draw these on, and I especially recommend drawing some of these on for beginners. Why? Because when you go back to a currency pair, you don't have to keep reanalyzing it. You can simply see downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. And that's how the market is basically going to be swinging. And in our favor, as you can say, trade with the trend. The trend is your friend. In this opportunity, I'm looking for more short opportunities. You know, because even if I get it slightly wrong, I'm going to enter even, let's say, a short position here. Eventually, the market pushes to the downside. So all the different short positions you want to find in a downtrend, and of course, a buy positions in an uptrend. And that's when we first look at the markets, how we determine which market is trending, is an uptrend, is in a downtrend, and or is it completely just going sideways? Look at this, nothing. Not really making no significant, remember, not all higher highs and higher lows, significant. There's no real swings in the market, the price is completely going sideways. So we could even say like we're trapped in a range. And sometimes what I do, I just get my little tool from here. There we go. What I want to try and do is just be like, right, cool. this period here, messy, not really going anywhere. Do not want to really try and find a swing opportunity in any of this. Not really worth my time. So hopefully that helps guys determine between a range bound market, which is sideways, and I've shown you many examples, or just on one currency pair actually, of how easy it is to draw those higher highs and higher lows. Thank you.